Hello again. A lot of people have asked me how my come out to my ward day went. It went really well. I didn't deliver the testimony I thought I would have, but I got a lot of very good responses after Fast and Testimony meeting ended. I went up about halfway through, which was maybe kind of a gamble, but it went pretty well. No one said anything condemning afterward, and there was at least one kind of sideways, affirming, supportive statement. Actually, in the testimony immediately following mine, the guy who was sitting two people down in the pew from me. But a lot of people spoke to me right afterward, shook my hand, thanked me for the testimony I gave. They really liked what I had to say. And I got an invitation to the, effectively, DIY Break the Fast at a member's home where there were going to be a huge number of people, but I had other obligations Sunday evening. In short, it went really well. However, I did this in a young single adult ward in San Francisco, so take those two big grains of salt with my story. Not everyone has such a good experience. Not everyone has in the past. Not everyone will in the future. But now, the hard work begins. I've done this step where I've told a bunch of people I barely know that I'm gay, and that though I felt rejected for so long, and though I don't think I necessarily have a place, I think there is room for me and other people like me in the gospel. So the hard part is talking to them, maintaining an ongoing dialogue with these people. Granted, they're all under 30 and they're all unmarried, which is going to color my experience. If I were doing this in a family ward where most people have kids about 10 years younger than I am, it would be a very different experience. But I'm doing it with my own peers. So this is where it's going to be most effective for me. If you're an older person who got married to someone of the opposite sex and had a bunch of kids and then came out, speak to other people who are about your age, who have a bunch of kids. You're going to relate to them stories that I don't know, that I don't share. Continue the dialogue. This is where the real work gets done. I learned something at the Creating Change conference in Denver last January, of this year actually. If we want equality, we have to show up as equals. It's a different spot for me, having been excommunicated already. I'm an automatic non-participant. But I've got to show up, and I've got to do it. Even if I don't really want to rejoin the church, even if I don't believe all the doctrine, there's a spot for people like me. And until they stand up and speak for themselves, someone has to speak for them. I'm going to do it. I hope you do too.